How's it going, guys? Nappa here. Finally, we are in a full-time season. We are done with the intro phase of the career. A very long intro. I think it was about 7 races, maybe more than that. I don't know. I didn't really keep count. But now it is time to choose a contract to sign. As we have 7 teams available. I believe I only missed out on 1 contract opportunity, so I guess there was 8 races in the intro season. But yeah, I only missed out on 1 contract opportunity, so we're going to go ahead and look at what we got. So we can drive the number 12 car, which is a 3-star ride. We can drive a custom car for Rick Ware Racing. Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing, is that even a team? Is that a real... I didn't know she owned a team. So we can run for Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing. We can run for Martin's Motorsports. But none of these really matter because what we're going to be running for is probably Kyle Busch Motorsports. Can we run a custom car in Kyle Busch Motorsports? It appears not, due to the fact that they actually have 4 cars. Or we could run for Nemco. Now, I had pretty much had it set that I was going to run for Kyle Busch Motorsports, but unfortunately, we can't choose a custom truck with KBM because they already have a full 4-truck stable. And given that the Nemco car that I drove at the end of the season was the best truck I'd driven all year, I think I'm going to have to go with Nemco just so that I can use my custom car. Now, this is the custom truck I have. Its primary sponsor is Moog. I kind of made the paint scheme to kind of go with the sponsorship. Hopefully, I like the way it looks, and I think if they allow you to run a custom car in career, I think that's something I should definitely take advantage of. So that's why I want to do that, rather than actually removing... see, because if I was to drive the number 18 car, then there would only be 31 cars in each truck race, whereas if I'm my own car, and I'm adding a truck to the roster, then there's going to be 32 trucks in each race as opposed to 31. So really, there's no reason not to run a custom car. And it is the same speed rating as what we get with KBM. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to run our custom truck for Nemco Motorsports. Let's do it. And accept. And we get a trophy called So It Begins. Now, somewhere we should be able to view our rivals. But we're going to start Season 1. And here we are. We got a message from Brad Kozlowski. Let's view that.
Congratulations on your full-time ride in the Camping World Truck Series. We're all ready to see what you can do.
Again, more cringy acting from Brad Kozlowski. Not very good. Anyways, so here's our rivals page. And because it's the beginning of a new season, they are all friendly. But I do believe you were able to make rivals in the intro season because... in that one race, Jennifer Jo Cobb just completely wrecked me, and I think that's due to being a rival, but right now everybody's neutral, so. Anyways, with all of that out of the way, just once again going to show you guys the settings. Legend AI, 13% race length, 4 times tire wear consumption, or tire wear and fuel consumption. All flag, single race stage, quick qualify and race, full damage, stability help is off, always use custom setups is off, transmission is automatic. So, without any further ado, let's see. Your team will provide you with opportunities to earn more money through incentive contracts, if you say. So we're basically going to get better payout, but we still don't really understand. We still don't really understand what the money is for. I guess we'll go with. So these guys want top 5s. You know, we'll go with this, because I'm not sure how well we're going to do. We'll go with normal. I'm just not sure how we're going to do. So we need to get 5 top 10s and 1 top 5. And we are headed off to Daytona. Now, I actually have not done any restrictor plate races with the trucks. I have not gone to any of the super speedways besides Pocono. So this is going to be an entirely new experience for me. This should be interesting. I know the pitting is a little bit wonky for super speedways if when you have the settings set how I have them, So we may end up having to pit more than once. That's a possibility. I'm not entirely sure yet. But, yeah, a bit of a change up, because I was fully ready to drive for KBM. But when I saw that I wasn't allowed to use a custom truck, I kind of was deterred from that. So we are running for Nemco, and we can run our own custom ride, very reminiscent of NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. This game really, many things about this game give me a 2005 Chase for the Cup vibe. The way the career mode's laid out, the custom car creator and everything, it's very reminiscent. I feel like even the engine sounds are sort of similar. They're not identical, but they are close. So I think qualifying probably is pointless. I'm just gonna assume. Usually at the super speedways, especially in the 704 games, qualifying doesn't really amount to much. But here we go. Lap 1 of 2 is in the books. We're going to try to make this at least a smooth lap. See if we have any chance to maybe start further up. Not sure how this race is going to go, because I'm assuming we're going to be starting in the back. So we're going to have 31 other trucks to pass. And super speedways in this game are a little bit different than how they were in Heat Evolution. In Heat Evolution, if you knew what you were doing and you knew the lines to take, you could really pretty much go from the back to the lead in a matter of laps. This game, however, the AI really stay clumped together just like real life. You don't really have as many passing opportunities, and the draft isn't quite as drastically strong, I don't feel like, as it was in Heat Evolution. So yeah, we're just going to see. We got 1 lap to go. This game does not show you where you currently stand like the older games did. That's one thing I would suggest they add. As I brush the apron there a little bit. Second lap is usually faster at Daytona and Talladega, but due to the fact that I brushed that apron there, I think I scrubbed away some speed. We'll go first person for the final corner here. The wheel movement is a lot less jerky in the first person camera than it was in Heat Evolution. That looks a lot better. But we are coming to the line. We're going to qualify probably 32nd. And yes, 32nd with a 50.566. Almost a whole second behind the car ahead, but that's alright. This is going to be a night race. I forgot about that. We're going to jump right into the race. Let's see. How many laps of fuel do we got in the tank? We have 11 laps of fuel. How long will this race be? We are going to find out. It's going to be 13 laps, so we're going to have to pit towards the very end. I'm going to try to just get ahead of Jennifer Jo Cobb and hopefully get clear. Nope, not going to be able to get clear. Actually kind of falling out of the draft slightly. Oh, Snyder makes a move to the inside. Lots of cars starting to the inside. It is very difficult to get to the inside on the super speedways in this game, so we're going to try to take any opportunity we can. I think one may have just presented itself. Oh, if we can just... Okay, so we get cleared. And we are now on the inside. I think the key word here is just going to be patience. Patience, patience, patience. We don't want to beat the car up too bad. Aero damage is not something you want to have on super speedways, so we don't want to really be running over people. We don't want to be making any stupid moves to try to overtake. We really just got to wait for good opportunities to present themselves. Like Peck just kind of moved up the track. Well, I kind of moved him a little bit. But he just kind of gave us an opportunity to make an overtake. That's what we're going to do. So we're already up to P25 from 32nd on only lap 2. So will we be able to work our way up through the field? We will find out. Now, it seems like the mid to high lanes just checked up a little bit. Not sure what happened over there. But that's going to give us a few more spots. Putting us up to P20 on the inside of Coughlin. Now we're going to dive low. Greenfield's going to slide up and give us a little bit of room. So that's going to put us up to 17th. We're making some progress through the field. This is going better than planned. We got Austin Cindric in 16th. Now, he was doing really well in the intro season, constantly running up front. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to be faring so well. Oh, shoot. Doesn't seem to be faring so well here at Daytona. Not how he wants to start out his season. And we got a bit of a gap to the next car ahead in our lane, so we're not going to get quite as strong of a draft. Now, if our team owner, Joe Nemechek there, he moved down and gave us the draft. Thank you very much, boss. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to try to get around you. Okay, we are 4 wide up ahead. We're not going to try to move low. That's an accident waiting to happen. You can see the Ford truck of Christopher Bell, as well as Timmy Hill there. They're rubbing against each other. Now we're going to make a move to the inside of Joe Nemechek. Hopefully he gives us room. He does. And that's going to put us up in 9th. So securely in the top 10. Lose a little bit of momentum, nudging into 28 truck, but we're going to get into the draft again. And we're going to be 3 wide going into turns 3 and 4. '28 truck gets a little loose. And, Kvapil thought about opening up the door. I went for the overtake, but he closed the door right immediately afterwards. So we're going to get to the inside of him now. Putting us up into the top 3. Can we start out our first full-time season with a win? Moving to the inside of Gregson as he takes the high line. Not really the preferred line when you're up front like this in this game. As you can see, he's falling back drastically, and he may have a hard time getting back to the bottom, as it's a solid wall of cars. We're going to make a move on Briscoe, and we're going to side draft him a little bit. We're going to be side by side for the lead, coming into 3 and 4. And we may clear him coming out of the corner. We have him cleared. So here's where we turn on the mirror and play the blocking game. So in this game, it works a lot like real life. If you're the leader, you're going to constantly have AI making moves from behind, and you're definitely going to want to be looking in your mirror and blocking those overtake attempts. Now, because we're only about halfway through the race, they're not going to be super aggressive about it. They might make attempts every now and again. But as the laps wind down, as we get to the end of the race, the AI are going to be a lot more aggressive in their overtake attempts. They're going to start trying to make passes left and right, and it may come to the point where we have to block up to 3 lanes of traffic at once, which can get very intense, very stressful. So for right now, we're just going to ride it out and just try to hold the lead as long as possible. The pit sequence is coming up now. I got 5 laps of fuel. We're on lap 6. We got a car making an overtake attempt on the bottom, but we're going to dart down and block that. So 7 laps to go and 5 laps of fuel. I don't think anybody's going to be able to make it. I think everybody's going to have to pit at some point or another. If we get a caution, that's going to be good for us because we won't have to worry about getting a good pit road entry. If we don't get a caution, then things get a little bit scary because A, we have to worry about getting a really good pit road entry, and B, we have to worry about maybe some of the AI actually can make it on fuel. In Heat Evolution, it was a bit of a problem where some of the AI could actually go a lot further than they should have been able to on a tank of gas, especially at the super speedways. There were times where AI would stay out sometimes 4 to 5 laps longer than a player would be able to. This doesn't seem to be an issue in Heat 2. I have not seen it happen yet. Normally, the pit sequence is all within 2 laps of each other. So I think everybody's going to have to pit, but we'll just see. Obviously, being a super speedway, our lead is not extending by any margin. We're pretty much just blocking in order to keep the lead. Now, when we do pit, we're going to be taking half a can of gas, so just a splash, and no tires. So it's going to be a splash and go. I'm assuming that's what the AI are also going to be doing. I could be wrong. But the cars behind, who do we got behind us? We got Travis Kvapil, had a rough last season. We got Austin Wayne Self. Joe Nemechek was up in 5th for a second there. He's our team owner. But we're on lap 9. We got about 3 laps of fuel left. Everything's going well so far. I believe that we may lead the most laps. I'm not sure if that's worth any points anymore. I know back in the day you would get bonus points for leading the most laps, but I'm not sure if that is a thing. And actually, back in NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup, the spotter would acknowledge it. He'd actually come over the radio and say, hey, you know, that's the most laps led. That's 5 extra bonus points. So now Travis Kvapil falling back a little bit as we have, let's see, Ryan Truex right behind us. Let's see, what do we got for fuel? It says 2 laps. We're not going to bring it in this time around, but rather next time around. Unless the AI behind me slow up and enter the pits, in which case I may bring it in. It's been a caution-free race so far. Let's see, will the AI slow up? Are we going to have any takers? No, we do not have any takers, as Ryan Truex is going to give us a nudge. I opened up the bottom lane just enough. So that's going to put us back into 2nd, and we're still on the high side with no opportunities yet to move down. This is not good in terms of trying to enter the pits. We're going to have a hard time. We're just going to have to let these guys go. There's nothing I can do. Can't quite get to the low line. Try to get the draft off. Kvapil. Oh, shoot. Contact is made. Oh, shoot. We got a spinner. Is that going to bring out a caution? I don't know. I hope it does, because I'm sliding through the infield wildly at this point. That did not bring out a caution. How and why, I couldn't tell you. So that's our race done, essentially. Might be able to gain a few seconds pushing the boundaries of pit road here, but just a splash and go. Don't repair the damage. There's quite a bit of damage there. There ain't no point in trying to repair that. So, led a dominant race. We were able to get to the front, unfortunately. Oh my god, and then we're going to get totally stopped on pit road twice now. Oh my god, it's all falling apart. Unfortunately, contact made on the backstretch. Get a little squirrely, get a little sideways. Not much I could do about that. But we're going to cycle out way in the back. 28th. Not good for points. Not good for points at all. I'm imagining everybody in front of me has already pitted. So our aero damage actually isn't too awful bad. And our radiator's not damaged in the slightest. But it really doesn't matter. I'm hoping that maybe a few cars were able just to hold out, and maybe they're going to pit late. And maybe we could salvage like a top 15. As we are trying to block... Let's see, who's that? That's Ben Rhodes. He won a few races last season. Does not appear to be any takers on pit road, so... Looks like 29th is where we are going to finish after all that chaos. Which is to be expected. When we slide through the infield uncontrollably. But that's alright, because points really don't matter in a chase format. All we got to do is get a win this season, and we're pretty much locked in to the chase. So, bad start at Daytona here, but that's alright. We'll be going to, I think, Atlanta next week. And that is going to present a good opportunity. That's a good track for me. Should be able to pull off something pretty decent there, I'm hoping. But this truck has speed. This team has speed. We should be able to hopefully pull something off. But yeah, unfortunate race at Daytona. We were doing pretty well. Contact on the backstretch. We kind of got sandwiched in there on the high line. Kind of ping-ponged off everybody. And from there, we'll go ahead and view a replay of it. We will just fast forward. Try to get this video wrapped up. I know it's been a long video. But as you can see, we were really able to just work our way, slicing and dicing through the pack. Picking up a few positions there. But yeah, it really, realistically only took us about 5 or 6 laps to get up to the front. And so we get to the inside there, then we have the lead, and this is where we were pretty much just riding the entire time for many, many, many laps. And if I actually switch to this camera angle, it should be a little bit more interesting. And coming up on lap 10, it's going to be a couple laps before we hit pit road. But then here's where Truex actually gets to the inside of us. Now he gets a run out. A lot of speed. I tried to come down to block him. That didn't work. So now we're officially stuck on the high side. Nothing we can do about that. I'm trying everything I can to get to the bottom, and I'm trying to nudge the 27 car out of the way to get to the bottom. Unfortunately, I bounced off of him. A little bit more contact is made, then we get into the 98 truck, and somehow no caution is resulted of that. It looks like, in all actuality, not sure how he saved that. Did he actually save that? I think there should be a TV camera. I can't really see if it looks to me like he saved that. But, yeah, because there he is, spun back around, headed the right way. And he actually saved that. How, I don't know. But we were just stuck in the grass, bouncing through, and then, getting to pit road there, and you know the rest. So, could have had a win, could have had a decent race. Unfortunately, a bad start to the season. Not even a top 10 for our objectives there. We did have you know what? Let's look at this. So fast lap goes to me. The 49.123. Most laps led goes to me. 5 laps. And on the move goes to me. 32nd to 4th. What? It says I finished 4th, but I actually finished 29th, so I'm not sure what that's all about. Yeah, you can see I finished. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. We did finish 29th. The points do indeed show that. So, anyway, that's going to be the first episode of the first full-time season. I will catch you guys next time at Atlanta. I guess we got a message from Ryan Blaney. Let's check this out.
Congrats on your first truck race. I'm looking forward to seeing what you can do this season.
All right, then we got a message from Grant Enfinger. Hey, Nappers 15, you gotta more careful on the track. You totally ran into me. You gotta more careful on the track. I gotta what more careful on the track? You mean I gotta be more careful on the track? Okay, so Grant Enfinger, not happy with us. He must have been the one that we kind of wrecked into in that whole situation. So we're going to have to look out for him real quick. We'll look at rivals. Grant Enfinger is now neutral as opposed to just being friendly. Ben Rhodes is neutral and Ryan Trex is neutral. Everybody else seems to be fine. Alright guys, that's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.